Hey gang, welcome back to Joe Daddy's Garage. Today's video is a tool review video. Now as you know, the bulk of my videos deal with classic cars, restoring old Mustangs or working on a Camaro or stuff like that. But I also do maintenance work. I try to do as much maintenance work to my own vehicles as I can to save money and keep myself from going in debt. You know how that is. So one of those tools that I always use or always need to use is a scan tool. Now I know a lot of us don't have scan tools, or if we need a scan tool, we'll go to the local parts store, have them do a quick diagnosis on it, and tell us what could be the problem. Most of the time that works, but there are also times where that doesn't work. In fact, I have my own little stash of scan tools. So if you look, you'll see I have stuff like this. This is something I bought at Advanced Auto Parts several years ago. It does work to read codes. It will give you some information, and you can clear codes with this, but it's limited sometimes in what you can do with it. This will come with its own manual and tell you about it, and it's usually a smaller manual. It gives you a breakdown of what's going on and how to use it and stuff like that, but again, this is limited. I also have an older scan tool. Now this is also an OBD2 scan tool. This will read from 96 and on or forward, let's say. And this one came with its own manual as well. The only reason that I even use this one is it comes with all these codes inside. So it'll tell you, P0374 is timing reference, high resolution, signal A, no pulses. What does that mean? Most of the time I end up going to Google and trying to figure out what it is, and I'm still at a loss. So I had a tool company contact me, and that tool company is TOPDON, T-O-P-D-O-N, and they offered me, I don't know how to say it, RD Diag Pro, okay? So you can see there it says RD Diag Pro. From this point forward, I'll probably refer to it as Pro, because I don't want to say that. Now what does RD Diag mean? I don't know, but I'm sure it's an acronym. I would think Diag is diagnostic, RD, I don't know. But let's just take a look at what this tool has to offer. Now I will point out, I generally don't go seeking out companies for me to review their tools. I have a lot of companies that try to contact me to do a video on their product, and for the most part I turn those down. If it's not a part of my channel or I don't have any interest in it, I don't want to know. But I am interested in this diagnostic tool because it has a lot more functions than those basic ones that I showed you earlier. So let's open up and see what's inside. Of course, it's got Topdon on the front here. It has a set of latches up on top with arrows pointing up. So you unlatch those, open it up, turn it around, and we'll go over some of the stuff that's in the box. First up, we have a pair of pamphlets here. These are little manuals, let's say. One is kind of a quick start guide, as it says right here, and basically it just goes through what you need to do whenever you first open this up. And one thing I will point out, when you do this, make sure you connect to a Wi-Fi, because there will be updates that need to be done to this right out of the box, just so you know. So as it says here, tap start in welcome interface, select system language, select time zone, WLAN setup, fill in workshop information. That's if you have a shop or a business. If you're just doing it at home, you could probably put something random in there. Accept the user agreement, enter home menu, and tap upgrade to select and download available software. So make a note of that. You have to do that stuff. Otherwise, it shows you some basic stuff here, like where you might find your connector for your OBD2. And then as you go through this and you start it operating, it has start decoding vehicle VIN, and then it'll go through this kind of flow chart to show you what to expect from the process. I'm not going to go over all of this. Obviously this goes into a different language at this point. And then this manual kind of gives you more of an overview of the whole scan tool. So of course we have a welcome, about, what's included, technical specs. Obviously I'm not going to read through all of that. It does show you your diagnostic codes and different things. breaks it down into what these numbers and letters mean somewhat, and talks about turn the ignition off. So just different things that you're going to be doing whenever you're operating the system. So what comes in the box? Well, first thing up is your scan tool. This is the Topdon RD Diag Pro, and it has a little kickstand on the back here so you can set it up on top of a desk or on your vehicle somewhere. It also has connection ports and a power switch. So up here on this side is your power. This is your connection to connect to your vehicle, and this is your charging port on this side. Along with that, you have the 5-volt DC charging cable. That is this cable right here. It has the plug-in for your actual unit, and then your adapter there. Now it also has EU and UK adapters. So obviously we don't use these in the States. You can see it has that connection and it has that plug-in as well. And these two interact with each other. You can take these apart and swap on the different pieces. So we're not going to get into that because I basically will not be using that. It also has the US adapter, and that is what you would plug this into, charge it. You have your diagnostic cable. You can see that has a multi-pin connector on each end, and these have the threaded connectors to hold it in place. And also I believe this is like a secondary charge port. So if you're using the system, you can connect with this and charge it up. You may be able to, if your vehicle is equipped with the USB, plug this in and plug this into the vehicle at the same time. You also have your OBD adapter, and this will connect to the end of this cable at the small port. You can see it has a cover on it, keep it protected while it's in storage. Now these other adapters, probably I won't be using them very much, if at all. This is the B20, and that is the adapter for BMW. So you can see it has a much different port on it. And then you also have one for Mercedes-Benz. So again, that has a small pin connector on that end, and that is what it looks like for the Mercedes. It also has this adapter, and I believe this is for Chrysler. So these must have a different connecting port. You can see there's some variation there. And then this will connect to this adapter, which connects to your cable. Now to give you some data on the scan tool itself. It has a 7-inch LCD display, is a 4-core processor. The battery is 6100 milliamps. It has 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of ROM. It is operating on the Android system 7.0, and the operating voltage is 9 to 18 volts. And then it gives you some other dimensions here and weight and that sort of thing. So that's not really that critical. It does come with a 2-year warranty and 2 years of free updates. So know that whenever you get one of these, that eventually you're going to have to sign up for updates. I don't know what that costs. You have to go to their website and look at that. But at this point, let's go over some of the features on this tool. Okay, so here we have the main screen for the tool, and it has pointed out you go to settings and you can change stuff like units of measurement. You can do a screen capture, which basically turns on this little camera over here in the corner, so if you want to take a shot of what's going on, you can see it later on. Automatic detection on connect, so when you plug into your vehicle, it'll start decoding the VIN. You can adjust the brightness, sound. There's the network is for your Wi-Fi connection. Date, time, language. Expiration date, that's going to be, I would assume, the timeline for when you have to renew. Workshop information, recovery, cleanup, and about. I'm not going to go over any of that. They have a good video description of this on Topdon's channel. The other thing you have here, you have, well, we can go to diagnostics, and this is where you have your auto detect, so you can just plug into your vehicle and it's going to start decoding. And then you can also do manual. So when you look through all these, These are all the vehicles that it has some diagnostics for, if not all, and there may be some that are not included, but this covers cars in Brazil, Australia, Korea, all over the place. So Indian, lots of different choices here. Now I'm going to go over this quick demo. So what this does is diagnostic software is used to demonstrate the diagnostic functions for the product. So I'm going to click OK. Now what we're going to do is just select a vehicle. So we're going to say Nissan, and you can do a health report. And again, this is in the program. This is just a demo mode, but it shows you all these things that it can check on and look at. Now in this case, it's showing you that there is a simulated code for the engine and laser radar. So when you do this, you can click on the arrow on the right, and it'll bring you to this screen where you can have clear fault code, read data stream, special function. So let's just look at that. I'm going to click on read data stream and go to main signals and click OK and see what it does. So there you can see it's monitoring a simulation of the temperature for the coolant, battery voltage, intake temperature sensor, talking about these other systems being turned off. So I'm going to go back. If you do all signals, click OK, and it says main signals here, coolant, vehicle speed is not moving, battery voltage, but as you scan down, it gives you more parameters. Now some of this I'm not familiar with, but I'm just showing you what it is capable of doing. You can hit clear fault codes. Are you sure you want to clear the codes? Yes or no. So I'm just going to click no because I'm under demonstration mode. You have an actuation test, so you can do stuff like, let's see if the AC clutch works. Turn it on. It'll do that. You should be able to hear it cycle, and turn it back off. Okay, let's step out of the demo mode for a second. And under services, this shows you all of the features that are available for things that you can look at on your vehicle. So like here's a brake reset. Some vehicles are equipped with sensors that let you know how thick the pads are, and you can even set the brake line pad sense line sends a signal to the onboard computer to replace the brake pad. So there's some information for that. A lot of vehicles don't have that, but yours may. It has this feature, which is an oil reset. So you can go to that, and you have to be connected, but you can reset your oil reset light. But there's a whole bunch of other things. AC system, relearn, coolant bleed, engine power balance monitoring, a whole bunch of features on here. And we're going to do a quick disconnect or a quick connect on my vehicle, a 2007 Chevy Suburban, and show you some of the fault codes that are in that vehicle. As you can see right here, it actually says upgrade, and there is an upgrade, current version. At this point, I don't think I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. Well, actually, it shows that I am, but I could update this at this point, but I'm not going to. So let's hook it up to the Suburban and see what kind of readings we have. So before I get started, let me just tell you this is a 2007 Suburban, and I already know it has a problem with the crank position sensor. So we're going to start it up. And now that it's running, you can see it has the check engine light on. At least I hope you can see that based on the angle that I'm at. The vehicle does have, the odometer shows 362,000 miles, but the engine has been replaced on this vehicle probably 40,000 miles ago, and it still runs and drives great. So down below we have the connection port. It's down underneath the dash, and this should connect right to it, and it does. So at this point, oh, looks like I have a firmware update, so we'll give that just a minute. I don't know if you can see it or not, but in the background it says VIN scan, and so there's a little like roller moving in the background. So let me just get this updated and we'll continue on. Now you can actually hear it going like a roller going through. Okay. 2007 GM Suburban rear-wheel drive. Now start the vehicle system detection. Okay. Let's see, air conditioning, automatic heating, ventilation, air conditioning and cooling. It's a, yeah, it does have automatic. Gross vehicle weight under 8,600. I'm going to say under. Chassis system, make a selection. That's a good question. Vehicles, I think it does have the vehicle stability enhancement, because this is the LT model, and I have seen some of the lights show some sort of indication there. Find fault code 12. Transmission, no fault code. Amplifier for the speakers, no fault code. Let's see, body control module, no fault code. Digital radio receiver, door switch says final fault code. HVAC. So it's really going through all this stuff here. So you can see it has a green bar up here on top, and it's saying a health report, so that as it progresses and scans through, that bar moves. Wow, this has a whole bunch of things, sensors and different things. All right, so engine control module, abnormal. Driver door switch, abnormal. HVAC control, abnormal. Memory seat, abnormal. Passenger door switch, abnormal. And electronic brake control module, abnormal. Wow. Okay. Okay, so I'm back in where it says engine control module. I want to see if it shows me anything. Here it says crankshaft position, CKP, camshaft position, CMP correlation. I already know the crank position sensor is messed up, but I didn't know that I had this brake switch circuit 1 high voltage. So I don't know what that means exactly. Over here we have on the door switch, passenger compartment lamp control circuit short to battery, lost communication with body control module. HVAC module abnormal, output air temperature sensor 2 circuit short to ground. So this is, I mean, this is some really interesting information here. Memory seat module, left front seat assembly horizontal position sensor circuit short to ground or open. Passenger door switch, a whole bunch of stuff going on there. And then electronic brake control module, click on that. System disabled, information stored invalid, serial data received. So I don't know if you can read all that, but that really gives you an idea of exactly what's going on with your vehicle. The biggest concern I have is this crankshaft position sensor. I know I need to replace that. I tried to replace it with a generic one from Advanced Auto Parts or AutoZone, and it didn't fix it. So I don't know for sure whether I can use this. I'm assuming I can. I'm just new to this equipment and the system, so there's a lot for me to learn, but I can already see the value of these options that are built in here. I'd have to attempt to change out that module and see if this will help me reset anything that needs to be reset. I can't say for sure. Okay, so that was just a demonstration of what this tool can do. You know, I was really surprised to see all the other codes that it could look at. Usually when you use the generic kind of scan tool, it says, hey, this is your O2 sensor's bad, or something along that, or misfire bank 1. But this went into the seats and the doors and everything, which is really impressive in my opinion. Now this tool will cover 31 maintenance service functions for the most popular vehicles. The scanner also supports more special functions for various car brands. For more special functions, refer to Special Functions menu in the specific system. As it says, it works on lights, door locks, fuel injectors, fuel pumps, coolant pumps, windows, windshield wipers, and more. The scanner also supports online coding for the customers to achieve advanced adjustments in their car. The scanner allows the user to perform a comprehensive scan of all systems, including engine, transmission, airbag, ABS, ESP, TPMS, which is your tire pressure monitoring system, immobilizer, gateway, steering, radio, and air conditioning for more than 100 brands. The scanner also works on an OBD code reader and performs all 10 modes of OBD2 testing on most car makes. And then there is a health report function which enables users to quickly detect and clear fault codes in all systems of the vehicle with one click. Users can also save and share fault code reports with the report function. That's what I was saying earlier. So, is this the tool for you? Maybe so. I don't know. But you can look at it and see if you're interested in purchasing one. If you are, there will be a link in the description below that you can access. And I hope you found some information on this video that is useful to you. If you would, leave a comment and a thumbs up. And until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.